It's time to talk about virtual worlds, which are closely associated with call these days. Virtual worlds are three-dimensional environments in which people interact with each other and they create an object. So students interact with each other in a virtual world. They develop a learning object. How do you do that? Uh, Usually, people appear as an avatar. Avatar is your virtual ego, is a shape or form you want to assume in your virtual identity. So, by using that shape or form or that identity, you interact with others in the virtual world. There could be a range of virtual worlds which could be utilized. For example, we have a virtual world including fantasy, sports, historical, or science fiction. There could be many more. It depends on the classroom environment or teachers or students' choice that which they want to employ more frequently. People can communicate, or learners can interact with each other on these virtual worlds by using text, gestures, sounds, or graphical images. Some more advanced virtual worlds these days also allow voice or touch even. For the purpose of language learning, virtual worlds are usually three-dimensional, which may involve those related to web-based, network-based, or simulated worlds. As we know, in order to learn a language, we need to be proficient in 4 important skills involving reading, writing, listening, or speaking. Within the sphere of virtual worlds, how we address the development of all these skills, it is an important element to be known. Let's have a look at it. Reading is usually facilitated through interactions with objects and text chats, and then writing through text chat and object creation, speaking through voice chat, and listening through interactions with objects as well as through voice chats. Derwin suggests that there could be various activities which could be employed by making maximum use of virtual worlds, which can actually enable learners to make best use of these worlds. And among those activities, he mentioned a few of them. Students must be asked to observe other people's behavior in various spaces available in second language, and sometimes even without speaking. Such identification of the spaces or observation of of people in various spaces can help them identifying some important uses of the language. And then discussion can be an important element here, encouraging learners to have discussion with other users of the same language, then interviewing others about various things including their appearance, then comparing second language with the real world. But in order to make maximum use of such language activities or even designing such activities, teachers should keep in mind certain things. And they can do that by answering certain questions. For example, what is the linguistic or communicative aim? Why? You expect your students or your participants to use a certain virtual world, and what kind of linguistic aim you think you want to achieve by that use. Then what is the aim regarding intercultural sensitization, because there might be some cultural issues arising from these virtual worlds. So how much have you sensitized your students, or what kind of cultural issues you think might confront, and what measures have you taken already to address them? What kind of activity might best achieve the purpose of the use of virtual worlds, and in which second language space is it most effective to carry out the activity? These are some important questions which needs to be taken care of before you actually enter into virtual world or develop an activity based on virtual world. And an important thing which needs to be considered is also how would the activity be evaluated. So teacher should consider all these elements before designing activities about virtual worlds.